There we go.
Welcome to Obscure Movie Reference Podcast, and this is our first one.
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about tonight is the Puppet Master collection, the whole Charles Band saga.
Yep.
From number 1 to number
10 is it now?
10. That's a lot of.
It is.
That's a lot of films.
First one was when? When's the first one made? Again?
Oh my God! The first one was made way back.
It's like 89.
When dinosaurs ruled the earth. When I was younger.
Yep.
Now the first Puppet Master film starred Paul LeMat. And of course, Barbara Crampton was in it, and William Hickey back then was he was Andre Chilon for the first film.
Yeah,
there was other people, but honestly, I really don't remember them that much.
Yeah, no.
Even the bad guy, I don't remember that much.
His name Neil Gallagher was the name of the bad guy. I don't know who played him. But the first one is straight horror. It's very nicely straight horror, mind you. It's technically one of two. One of three that are straight, like actually horror based.
No, I like this one. David Schmuller did this one, and David Schmuller worked on, of course, Tourist Trap for Charles Band as well.
Yeah,
and
movie.
Love that movie. Big controversy over the Blu-ray, but we'll get that in a different podcast. But how do you find the original Puppet Master?
The original Puppet Master is awesome. I love the original Puppet Master. It's fun. Everything is new and fresh, and the stop motion.
Stay like that.
No, the stop motion's awesome.
Oh, I love the stop motion in the original one.
Yeah,
I love the way that it's done all around. I got to say, overall, the first Puppet Master was just kind of creepier.
Yeah,
not as creepy as it would get in the second one.
Yeah, the second one's a lot more.
But it was, it sets it up. You got the puppets; they're not overused at this point.
No.
We have some pretty cool deaths.
We do.
We get to meet Leech Woman, and of course Blade.
Leech Woman, Blade, Jester, Tunneler, and Pinhead. Those
are the only ones for that one.
Yeah.
And of course the bad guy as well.
Yeah, Neil Gallagher.
We won't get into that one too much. He just blew it there. No spoiler alert or anything.
Well,
just said the bad guy's name.
As you said, it was made when the dinosaurs walked the earth. Doesn't really matter.
So I think David Allen was the guy that did the effects for the first one. Yeah. And he would go on to direct the sequel, actually.
Oh, nice.
So, for honestly, part one, I don't have a lot to say. Really, it was a decent movie. I love the Bodega Bay scenario.
I want to own the Bodega Bay Inn. That is my dream. I love that place.
But two, I have stuff to say about.
Yeah, two is different.
2 is cool. 2 was directed by David Allen, who did the special effects for the first one.
Yeah.
We've got Charlie Sprouting. She's would become a Full Moon favorite, and would be kind of like the poster girl for a lot of their films. Anytime you watch like one of those video zones, used to come on after their VHS tapes and stuff.
I love the video zone.
Oh, you see, that was an awesome idea back then. It was kind of like a precursor to like the special features of today.
Yeah, it was definitely. It's very innovative, considering.
But this one was like as a special place in my heart. We had, of course, the a very vicious puppets in this one. What's his name? Torch.
Torch is introduced,
and Torch's scene with the little boy is hilarious.
Yeah,
I love that. He actually kills a kid, and you know what? Sadly, you don't feel bad for the kid.
That makes sense. That movie, 2, as much as I like 2, I note as being the most, like, opportunity wasted at the end one.
Well, it's not really. Its opportunity was wasted when Part 3 came along, which was good. And we're going to get into that in a second. But the whole thing about Part 2 is more horrific. The ending is definitely more horrific.
Yeah.
And very, very dark. It kind of had a... Did you ever see the movie Count Yorga?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's got a very dark Count Yorga-ish feel. And anybody that's seen Count Yorga and seen the ending of Puppet Master 2 knows exactly what I'm talking about.
It's got some very creepy images. Specifically, Puppet Toulon, like the big Puppet Toulon.
That was freaky.
Yeah, both of them, including the Puppet Elsa and stuff like that.
I gotta say, I loved that. I just loved the way that was done.
Oh yeah, no. 2 was a really good one. We get some actually deaths of puppets in that one, but it doesn't really affect anything because they come back.
Does Torch come back?
Torch comes back
later, right? Much later.
Randomly in 5.
With no reason.
Yeah, he wasn't in 4 or anything. He just suddenly appears in 5, and then he's like, "Oh, hey, Torch."
Now here, Part 3, and I want to talk about Part 3, especially because This one is Dave Dakota, and Dave Dakota did a lot of nowadays especially kind of softcore stuff. Yeah. Though that would not be the type of stuff you would see in Part 3. Part 3 was actually really...
see a lot of breasts in Part 3 for the first time, pretty much.
It was really well done.
Part 3
we got Guy Rawls.
Is simultaneously the...
Is this Guy Rawls' first appearance?
In the series?
Yeah.
Yes. Because there was 2 different Toulons prior to him.
Well, think of this. It's amazing. We got Guy Rawls in this one here. Yeah. We got Ian Abercrombie. We got Sarah Douglas, coming off, of course, Superman 2, where she was like the villain of that. We have Richard Lynch, and did he not look like the Blade anyway? Yeah. Of course, Blade was, I think, modeled after Klaus Kinski. Yeah, but I don't think you could get Kinski in the film, so that's why Richard Lynch was taken into the production. I do have to say though, it's a great fun movie. It's very comic bookish.
It is.
And
it's simultaneously the one of the wow, what a fresh new look, and if you look years down the line, it's like, God, I wish they hadn't made this mistake.
It's kind of like what they did with Friday the 13th Part 6. It's an awesome one-off movie, and then you realize, holy crap, it's just taking the series in a direction that it can't get back from.
No, it's true.
And this is kind of what Part 3 does with Toulon's Revenge. It goes back to Nazi Germany. Yeah. We're seeing the puppets are very much the heroes.
Yeah, they're heroic. And I like them being heroic. I'd be pissed if they weren't somewhat heroic. Because it has been shown in the first 2 that they have a conscience in a way. They just do what the Puppet Master says. But now every sequel is going to be just
them fighting.
You can't see them being bad again. So it's just, look, it's them fighting someone.
I am totally fine with them going back to the way they were in Part 2.
It makes sense when it's a bad puppet master that's making what them do.
But
stuff.
Overall,
but now it's just.
It was the movie that could have been the most commercially successful. I mean, if that was put in a theater, that would have done well. It definitely would have been the one that would have helped Charles Band actually make money. But instead, what did he put in theater? He put The Shrunken Heads in theater, and no, Charles Band, not the best movie to go in theater with. Let's go to Part 4.
3 starts a trilogy, though.
It does
because of Part 4 and 5. 4 follows up. I like 4 and 5.
I like
4 and 5 are cheesy.
Gordon Curry, we got Gordon Curry there, Canadian actor. Chandra Rest, who was another one that just like Charlie Sprouting, would be on a lot of Full Moon stuff and a lot of promotional stuff and stuff like that. And again, we got Guy Rolfe back, sort of, for a little bit. The Capitron, hated it.
It's silly.
The Capitron.
It's silly, but it goes along with the comic book
horrible effects. It's not a comic book, and it's horrible, horrible effects. I mean,
the effects don't get really bad until
Part 5,
6.
The Capitron effects are really bad, and these
Capitron is silly.
Totem things. I couldn't get behind.
I like the totems a little bit. They got their own movie.
No. Yeah, that was really well. That was like an awesome film. They got their own movie. Yeah. You just sunk your battleship.
Oh,
you just took your battleship yourself.
Don't you like the Subspecies series?
That started good.
Yeah, I don't want to get
Puppet Master 5 actually has something good. As Ian Ogilvy.
I like 4 and 5. I don't care. I like the Totem. I like Sutek.
I like 5 because I'm a big fan of Return of the Saint. I grew up with that series, and Ian Ogilvy was playing the Saint at that point, and he's in Part 5, and that's the reason for me to like it alone.
4 and 5 are bad in their own way, but they're cheesy bad, and they're fun watch. I can who doesn't want to see just for fun the puppets playing laser tag with a guy at one point? That's hilarious. That's fun.
They're well.
Sutek's hilarious.
Direction's good in Part 4 and 5. I'll give it that. Jeff Burr does Part 4 and 5, and Jeff Burr is a guy that did Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
It's also clear
a movie that I love.
It's also very clear that this was supposed to be somehow leading into a show or something. It's very heavily wow, what are the adventures going to be next?
Yeah. They're going to be Puppet Master 6, Curse of the Puppet Master.
There's a gap.
That's what they're going to be.
There's a gap between those movies being...
there's a gap between the quality of those movies. Victoria Sloan directed... Do you know who Victoria Sloan is?
No, I'm not.
I haven't looked her up, and, I don't know.
Really?
But I really haven't. I don't really care that much. All I know is that this movie...
Oh, my God.
friggin' horrible. I mean, Tank, are you serious?
Tank is literally the worst. No, no, I think Tank's the worst. I think Tank beats out, like, even the later things. The really, like, Puppet Master 9, 10, like, horrible ninja stuff.
Okay, no.
But
it's
like,
horrible. And the
just,
ending of part 6? What the hell? Come on.
But the whole
It's
premise,
telegraphed.
You see, well, yeah. Wow, his name's Tank, and he becomes a,
Tank.
He becomes a tank puppet. I will say that doesn't make sense because... well, for lots of reasons, but...
doesn't. I can't believe that.
The tank puppet is entirely made of metal. You see it, right?
Yeah.
It's a metal-looking puppet. Throughout the entire film, he's working on a wooden puppet, designed with a head and legs and all this stuff.
Did you see the wooden... did you see the poster? Ever see the poster for that?
Yeah.
It's got, like... I think... my theory is that they're making these movies to pay for the poster art, like the good poster art.
Oh, with the whole like him, like the dream.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that was good art.
Yeah, no, on the set that I have of this, it has all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's the ending, by the way.
I got the $5 one right here. I gave you that set.
I know, I really like it. Thank
you.
Okay,
retro Puppet Master 7.
Oh,
what a wasted opportunity.
One thing we should go back to though.
What?
When we said drop in quality, we don't just mean it was really bad. And I must admit though, I do like in 6 the scene with the Abomination puppet.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was kind of like, it was okay. But
a sad scene.
Everything up until this point, from 1 to 5, has been stop motion. Yeah. However,
Part 6 is
Part 6 onwards, no more stop motion. We had...
Doesn't go back ever?
No, it never goes back.
It kind of does.
All right. Here's one of the worst things about 6, actually. I forgot. We have to go back to 6 for a second.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford stop motion animation.
So they pushed them around.
They push them around through all the films now, like 6 onward. But they used clip footage from all of the other ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Ones where, like...
And this is not a clip film, by the way. This is not like they're flashing back. They're actually using clip footage.
Later.
And making you think it's footage from the new films.
I didn't realize until I watched it again last year, and my friend was watching for the first time. He's like, "Wait, they're coming to the table, but isn't that a scene from Puppet Master 2?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then it shows like a scene from Puppet Master 3 where they're going together and stuff like that.
But retro, we got to get to retro. We do have to get to retro. Retro is Young Toulon,
younger Toulon. There are way too many like.
Did they ever get a good actor for Young Toulon?
No,
they didn't. This one again, Dave Dakota directed this. I'm shocked. I mean, what a drop.
See,
and Guy Rolfe comes back for like a sequence.
He does.
But this is the whole like, and we find out like it had to do with Egyptian sorcery. Where did this come from?
Well, technically, you find out in. See,
it's has the most alluded to.
The Puppet Master series has the weirdest like.
Timeline?
Like, sense of... Because if you think about it, like, from Puppet...
There is no sense of continuity in the later Puppet Master film.
From, like, retro to there, he starts out, he meets a wizard who gives him a magical ring and tells him an incantation where he can bring souls to another place. Years upon years later, he goes to Cairo, and another guy sets all of his puppets on fire and says, "Your magic's lame. Use my magic," which does the exact same thing. However, he's like, "Wow, this new magic's really cool." So he uses the new magic.
New magic sucks ass.
Then, sometime in 1942, his wife gets killed. He leaves there. It's suddenly 1939 again. Yeah. He dies, and then it's like 1943 in the other film.
I gotta ask, is retro the one where they started introducing these like supernatural guys?
You mean the dumb mummies?
Yeah.
The mummies, yeah. Those are hilarious.
Oh my god, they're horrible.
Retro is one of the ones that I recommend watching.
Oh, you recommend retro?
Yeah, because it's hilarious. Like, the 4 and 5 are, like, cheesy and fun, and they're actually a good watch.
Retro brought
7 is just hilarious.
Really good puppets. What a shame those puppets were not actually animated.
There's another thing. 4 and 5, as I said, like, they set up for what appears to be, like, a series. 7 sets up for, like, one of those, like, wow, maybe we're going to get retro Puppet Master movies now to see what that is. Never happens. Never happens.
Because basically they got puppets there, and I swear to God, they move about as good as they move if there was a popsicle stick moving the puppets along.
By the way, one of the weirdest things, almost all the puppets in this film, because they're retro, are like made of like wood, and they're like very like looking. But there's one of them, Dr. Death.
Yeah.
looks like just as big major qualities, all of the other ones. Completely out of place for the retro guys.
I like them though.
He's awesome looking. He looks
But
sweet.
still, I mean, they have about as much movement as my bottle of water over there. Puppet Master Rate the Legacy. Let's get to this.
This is actually perfect because it goes right into my thing. This is a clip film. This
totally
is a clip film. The clips happen. It's also one of those films where I'm just like, no, come on.
Who's in this one again?
2 people, and then clips.
2 people in clips.
Yeah. Basically, this assassin
Doesn't it have kind of a good premise, sort of?
Kind of, yes. Though it does this thing where it's like, hey, remember the person in Puppet Master, screw that.
Yeah.
They're like this.
They're dead. They're dead.
Remember
They're
the
dead.
person in 4 and 5 who was really cool and was interesting? Guess who took 5 bullets? Oh, I killed him. Look, I had to fight the tank robot and kill it. No one's sad about that.
This is literally the Friday the 13th game ending of Puppet Master movies.
You're dead. Your friends are dead.
Your friends are dead. Screw you.
Yeah.
You suck. It doesn't. This is a horrible movie.
The premise is interesting. There's a little thing revealed at the end where it's like, I was hired by the people in puppet bodies.
Yeah.
Who he left behind, who are rotting, and I'm like, that's a really cool premise if you don't think about the fact that
But
he
we
can't
never
talk.
followed up.
This is the problem with this series.
He didn't follow. They keep
2 left with the cliffhanger ending, never followed up. 4 and 5 left with the cliffhanger ending, never followed up. 6, nobody cares about 6. 7 left the cliffhanger left with the cliffhanger ending again, never followed up. 8, yet another cliffhanger ending, never followed up. When Axis of Evil came out...
Oh, yes, let's get to Axis of Evil. I have to talk about
They
Axis of Evil.
decided, you know what? It's time to follow up on something everybody wanted to know about.
3. Everybody loved Part 3 and the Nazis. So they thought, hey, let's get back to Part 3 and the Nazis. But
let's not include the whole Guy Ralph thing, because he's dead, sadly.
Yeah, but
let's instead say that Toulon got drunk, and in between the flashback... This is a weird place to go. The flashback at the beginning of Part 1, where we see Toulon die, and where we start with Part 1. Apparently, he got drunk one day and told a crippled craftsman that he had puppets.
God.
And... oh, man.
It hurts my head.
Not only does it not make sense, continuity-wise, but...
It's like...
Holy crap.
The acting in this is so horrible.
Oh boy,
is this? Well, I gotta ask. Is this Ninja?
This is Ninja. This is
all
sorts of Ninja.
Why did he become Ninja? By the way, I did not get that.
No, nothing ever says that he's. I think he sneaks up on him at one point, like, "Wow, you're kind of like a ninja." But
really, you're kind of like he sneaks up on him. You're kind of like a ninja.
I don't know.
How come he didn't turn to a donkey then? Because the guy's pretty much an asshole throughout the entire movie.
I'm surprised he literally didn't become an American flag, considering how very I want to serve to save America. In World War II thing, it was. Every single bit of it was... they're fighting Nazis again, and the Japanese. Oh my god.
There's racism undertones in this film.
Undertones? I'm pretty sure it's heavy overtones.
Not as bad as in the next movie.
Oh my god.
And what is it even called? I don't even remember the name of the
Puppet Master X...
Axis Rising?
Axis Rising, there we go.
Oh my god.
Where we get even better puppets, because maybe they thought making a puppet named Ninja, who is just a ninja, whose abilities consist of being a ninja, looking terrible, and throwing oversized, throwing stars, was awful. So they killed him off.
Thank God they killed him off.
He's killed off technically at the end of Axis, of Evil. And they bring in new guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bombshell, the blonde,
it's Ilsa. It's Ilsa.
Yeah.
Okay, it is Ilsa.
Yeah, it's.
Well, let's get to the ones. Let's get to those other ones.
Let's build this up here.
Okay.
Were-mashed. It's a werewolf puppet. That's about as interesting as it sounds. It's like having a vampire puppet. Cool in theory, but it's boring. It's really boring. Then we have Blitzrig, which is pretty much taking Tank and Torch and throwing them together. And then taking away...
Literally throwing them together. And taking away any personality that Torch might have.
Yeah. Pretty much the same design. He's just a tank. I don't even know...
What other puppet was there?
But, that's right. There's one other puppet. And he's the only puppet, might I add, who can actually speak. Technically.
Oh my god.
In Japanese, it's Kamikaze.
Yes,
The
it is.
big buck-toothed,
Oh
slanty-eyed,
God.
like huge, like circular glasses one that runs around and like blows himself up all the time.
What in the hell is he thinking? I mean,
Oh my
seriously.
God.
And how did he get away with this? But then again, this is a company that would go on to make Ooga Booga.
Oh my God. You know, honestly,
And this is not like we're hating on these movies. We love the
I
Puppet
love
Master
Puppet
series.
Master movies is one of my favorite series of all time.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to tell, but I love the first one.
I'm eagerly awaiting for 11.
Oh no,
I really want to see it because they threatened us with another cliffhanger in that one too.
They're not. Do
you remember how it ends?
If it's Nazis, I swear, Nazis are mummies. And I'm
Do you remember how it ends though?
I'm gonna find Charles Band.
Do you remember how it ends?
Cry.
It ends with the guy like taking the serum, going away,
Yeah.
implying that it's going to be more Nazi puppets, I guess. Even though he was a good guy, so.
Yeah, more Nazi puppets. That's what we need.
Can we get a follow up to 2? I want
Okay,
follow up to 2.
let us rate. Let us rate these.
Let us rate the movies. Fine. Okay.
From worst to best.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay, I'll go first for number 10, and number 10 I'm actually gonna go with number 10. I really am.
Are we going from worst to best?
Worst to best.
Okay. I'm gonna say for worst.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be number 9.
Okay. Number 9 for me is number 9.
Yeah. For me, it's gonna be number 10 because actually no, it's gonna be number 6.
See, okay.
Number 9 for me is not gonna be number 6. It's gonna be Curse of the Puppet Master.
Number 8 is number 6.
Number 8 for me is 10 because the way I see it is Puppet Master 9 is just god awful. Puppet Master 6 is just god awful.
Okay, number 7.
Puppet Master 10 is god.
Number 7 is Legacy for me. 8.
Yeah, Legacy is 8 for me is what it's gonna be.
Number 6 is Retro for me. I think it's probably the same for you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Number 5 is actually number 4 for me. Number 5 is number 4. Yeah, we gotta do all of them.
Okay, I'm gonna say number 5 is number 5. Now, I'm going with you as well. I think we're gonna have the same pretty much out here. Now,
Okay, number 4 is number 4.
yeah.
Number 3 is number 1, actually. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I
Number,
can see that.
what's yours?
For me, number 3 would probably be
Number-
number 3.
Okay, for me, number 2 is number 3.
Okay.
Yours is? What's
It's
your
number 2. Number 2 is because I like the first one a lot. Which is
And number 1 is Puppet Master 2. That's my favorite.
Puppet Master 1 is my favorite just because I like the setting, I like the way it's done, and how and I like the whole premise of the psychics as the victims. Which, by the
Yeah,
way,
I would probably put those around. Yeah, we'll put number 3 at 3, and I'll stick number 1 as my second, and number 2 as my first.
yeah, I think that that's something they don't do a lot. The victim choicing the first one and the second one as well.
I like that. I gotta say it. But this is the Puppet Master series. We're forgetting one. We have left one out.
We're not talking about it.
We're gonna talk about it. We gotta give it some.
Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I'm assuming.
Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
Sci-Fi Channel's Sci-Fi Channel, right?
Yep, Sci-Fi Channel. This
TV movie.
It was at the time they were looking to make it. So wasn't Corey Feldman in that one?
Yes, he was.
There's something good. Corey Feldman.
That one is not considered in continuity ever, at any point in time. Period. Because not only does it get the origin wrong, where it says that they came from the soul tree, a living tree.
Oh man.
And the serum's blue, which it should be green. Like my
wasn't
drink
it done by someone else though?
It was. It was done by the Sci-Fi Channel because like they didn't have the rights at the time. They're like, we're gonna make a series out of it.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Which is why all of the puppets get burned in an accident at some point, and they come back with the most plastic-looking laser like add-ons and like big scary hooks and that and like knives.
Sci-fi ruins a lot of stuff.
Oh my god! Just my god, was that bad?
But you know what's thinking back on it?
Yeah.
Is it much worse than when Charles Band got them back and did those Access Riding
That's
films?
true.
I'm almost like wondering maybe if sci-fi would have kept up sooner or later they would have hit something
Oh,
good.
man.
These,
But those like 6-shooter with laser guns.
it's sci-fi.
And I think like Jester had like a big like mallet hand or something like that. It was, oh my god, it was just horrible.
Okay, that's been the Puppet Master series.
It has.
This has been our first podcast. We are obscure movie references.
Yeah, I guess.
And I guess till next time.
Yeah.
For me, it's always, as Sam said, my YouTube channel. It's time for tea.
And I don't have a ending thing. I usually just say random stuff at the end of his videos.
Puppet Master. Watch them and let us know.
Smell.